posted as a rookie.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Play action. It's Ryan. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he's got this down to the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
7 yards there and a first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 16. That's caught out wide by Cooks. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action now, Mills. And that's complete downfield to Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
They go play action. Mills. He completes it to Beckham. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham, 29 yards. And the Texans are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 10. Ryan. And he's got Pierce. Touchdown Colts. Alec Pierce, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Colts are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ryan. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Second down, another run with Taylor. A little juke. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Second down, another run with Taylor. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Ryan. Left side, he finds Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
To throw again on second down, Ryan. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Colts have moved out in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw, Mills. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Here's Mills. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Stephon Gilmore dials the corner blitz and earns the sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Mills. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions in what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. In the first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right? Trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. To throw is Ryan. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Derek Stingley picks it.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. But I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mills. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. From 21 yards away.
And the Texans are able to move back in front.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan airing it out deep for Woods. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now it's Ryan. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to run with Taylor. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to and he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor as the first half is winding down. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On second down, Mills again.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Mills. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Mills. He gets it to Cooks. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
3rd and long for Mills. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Fourth down, Mills. He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A first down throw for Mills. And this one too low.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Play fake, Mills. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Off the play fake, Mills. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Ryan.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
From the shotgun, Ryan.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. A give running left. McAllister. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now Mills. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
It was the linebacker, Shaquille Leonard, who applied the heat.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now Ryan. And he wisely will throw that one away.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
They go play action. Mills.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
throwing. Mills.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A handoff to McAllister. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with McAllister. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mills to throw it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
On 3rd down, here's Mills.
And that's caught at the 25.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run here with McAllister. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. This is McAllister. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Mills to throw for it on 4th.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Ryan wants to throw it. Eluding the pressure right.
And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Looking to throw is Mills.
He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone.